Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be demonstrating what the exciter envelope is doing and its use case. The exciter envelope, don't think of it so much as an envelope, think of it as an LFO that has one wave cycle, right? Think of it like that. And what makes it usable is a sound design technique where you modulate the pitch of a sound with a super fast attack. So when you hit a note, for that first little moment, it's a super high pitch, and then it rests to where it normally is. Because of that, it fills up the mix, makes it poke through a little bit better, and it's used a lot in EDM of all things. LOL. So let's demonstrate what the envelope is doing. So I already have it hooked up into the routing, blah blah blah. So we're going to be able to look at it here. Oops, need to actually catch it. It's like Duck Hunt or something. So right now, this is what it looks like. It's just a single cycle that happens momentarily every time I hit a note, and then it goes away. So right now, it is kind of a square, right? And we can actually shape this. And the way you shape it is kind of like what the hell is that, right? We can actually kind of demonstrate that a little bit better. So the hold dictates how wide the maximum kind of frequency is. So we look at it, right? Not the maximum. Yeah, the maximum value. So that this is the maximum value, right? It's at around 50%. So it's 50% of, the waveform. It's of the duty cycle. It's fully kind of on. It's kind of like making it more square. I think I'll best just go all the way to 100% and press a note. And then there you have it. You have a square wave, right? Kind of. Anyway, we can make it square. We can also round it out, right, by having it all the way to, I don't want to, there's no values, so all the way to the left, I'll just say. Right, so this is more of a triangle, right? So we can shape things like that. Furthermore, we have the attack and release, all right? So the attack will dictate the part going up to the hold point, which in our case is a fine point of time because the hold is all the way to the left, and then the release dictates, the point, like the curve that it will take when it gets to the zero crossing, right to this point. And I'll demonstrate that now. So yeah, we'll go. So right now, when the attack and release are straight up in the air, they are in linear mode, which is essentially a straight line. So if we go, all the way to the left, we will get more of a linear curve like that. Not linear, logarithmic, curved. Just say curved, right? It'll curve up. And if we go all the way to the right, it will be curved like so. And you'll notice that it's curved down here as well, right? Because the nothing really makes sense here. So this is something that always confused with Massive X, and to be fair, it's the first version. But apparently, on this graph, the attack, right, should be curving this this point right here, but it's not. It's actually curving this point, which is right here. So this readout is completely wrong. So just keep that in mind. This whole portion right here, this whole portion is actually the release curve, and I think it's the way the shape is mirrored or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but this is all wrong. But yeah, I'm sure it'll get fixed. But yeah, so if we wanted to curve this area, we can like that. See, and then I'll hit that. And I can freeze it, and ta-da, we have a sine-ish wave, right? And this is how, this is how it works, essentially. The ratio, because this is used because it has a kind of a specialized use, I should say, the ratio, or this whole envelope exciter, I'll just demonstrate, is key tracked. As I move up and down the keyboard, right? right? It goes up. I don't know if you can hear that, but the cycle, the the speed of this is getting shorter and shorter, right? And right now it is in bidirectional mode, right? Right, so it goes positive and then negative, bidirectional modulation. So you drag that in, and it's bidirectional. This graph is completely wrong, but yeah, I'm sure things will improve immediately. All right, next up is the unidirectional, right? And this should kind of be a little bit more correct. A similar thing, but it's just one cycle. Or no, it's kind of rectified. It only goes into the positive. I'll demonstrate. Right. So similar thing, but just goes up and then down. And this would be more appropriate for that pitch modulation that I was talking about earlier. And we can adjust the curve and all those fun things right here, and adjust that. What if we go in the other direction, maybe? Right over here. Right, so we got that. So, oh yeah, okay. So here's a part that confused me, and it confused me again. I was like, why is that? Why are these curves not? Why are these curves not that curvy? It's because the hold in the center dictates that, right? So, there's nothing wrong on this part. It actually kind of makes sense, but the hold will dictate how 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 long it kind of holds that peak, and it's dependent on the material. And see, we get more of a rounded edge there. You want maybe rounded stuff for material, because you might get like clicks and stuff like that. Super fast modulation like this can like hurt people or hurt the synth or whatever. So yeah, like you notice if you have like a super fast attack on anything, you might get clicks and stuff like that depending on the phase of your oscillators and what's going on. But anyway, and that is unidirectional. And now we have window, which is this right here, which is kind of a similar thing, but we can adjust the shape. It's kind of I guess another flavor of unidirectional. But yeah, and I really appreciate that it kind of holds the previous values as far as I know. So we can adjust the shape here. This would be, yeah, this would be more of a rounded thing. We can adjust the hold as well. Zoom out, right? And this is, super super linear, kind of like a triangle TP sort of thing, right? And then we can dial in the shape. So the really dislike the shapes and curve stuff are not consistent at all, right? So this right all the way to the left is linear, right? And with the bidirectional, you remember all the way up here is linear, right? So the shapes they're not quite consistent, right? If I go back to window, right, and I do, I have it directly in the middle by, double clicking default value, right? This is curved as far as I know. Yeah, it's curved, right? To get linear, I'd have to go all the way to there. All the way to the left will give me a linear response. And then, as I go up here, what's this? Yeah, this is more curved, right? More of like a bell distribution curve in a way. So, and ratio still applies. We can make the overall length of this, the pitch tracking ratio, change, right? Right. And super fast, can't even hear it, and then super slow. Wum, wum, wum. Okay, so let's put these into practice. Barring how the unidirectional the JPEG is completely wrong, let's go into the let's use window, because we can kind of dial some things in here. So let's map that to the pitch here. Go up to 12 plus 12 dB, not dB, hertz, or we'll just go up an octave. My brain just freaking Had a fart there, but that's okay. So yeah, we'll plug in the oscillator in there, and yeah, this is modulated, right? So that is audible. You can hear that. You can distinctly hear that pitch. But as we bring the ratio down, making it shorter, right? Bring the level down so we're not hearing the effect, right? Continuous, envelope up. Right? So the beginning part, we're getting super fast frequencies just for like, 2 cycles essentially, like that. It's pretty cool, right? We can adjust the shape as well. Let's see what that is. There we go. That's a little bit more obvious, right? That little beginning part there, super fast, right? We can demonstrate that further with sine. Right? Or we can give it more of an extreme value. Right? And yeah, it's a useful thing. If you don't follow this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.